So this video is going to be the sample made me buy it video. I'm not sure if this is a tag going around. It was a suggestion from one of my subscribers. I think it was LivLovesHerMakeup or LivLovesHerMakeup. She did this video and it's kind of cool because I went through my stuff and there's a ton of items that I purchased because I did try out the sample. So I could even do a part 2 of this if you guys would be interested in that. But so far I think I have 10, possibly 11, because I think one is like an honorable mention. So I'm going to start off with a foundation here. I loved getting the sample of this foundation. It's very luxurious. I did use a discount from Sephora. At the end of the year they send out a discount, and that's why I purchased this, because there was no way I was going to spend that much on this foundation to begin with. But this is the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau foundation right here. And this one, I do believe that since I purchased this, they did change the formula. And I bought this right before they changed the formula. The shade that I have is 01. It was the lightest shade that was around when I purchased it, and it actually matches incredibly well. So I really do enjoy this. Sometimes it is difficult. If my skin isn't incredibly hydrated, it's hard to get it to look skin-like, but I really do enjoy this foundation and I'm happy that I have it. It's just, it feels luxurious when I pull it out of my makeup bag and when I'm applying it, so I really do like that one. This item, I actually had the sample size of it, went through the sample size, and then went and purchased the full size. So this is the La Mercier highlight here. This is the Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in Highlight 01. You can see on the back there, I'm not sure why it's a matte radiant highlight, but it's beautiful nonetheless. So like I said, I had a little sample size that was about, I don't know, maybe a third of the size of this. Finished that one off, loved every minute of it, and I do have a pretty large dip going in this one. I've kind of been dabbling around in my highlighters recently, so I haven't really been focusing on this one as much as I could be, but this is where I'm at with this one right now. Let me give you a little swatch of this. It's really pretty. If you don't like a really intense highlighter, this would probably be for you, because it can look really skin-like, or you can build it up to the point where it's incredibly noticeable. So that's it there, kind of a subtle swatch. If you're using a fluffier brush, you're gonna have, you know, a more subtle highlight on the skin, but it's the most natural highlight that I have in my collection. I really love this stuff, and after I finish this one off, I would totally repurchase it again. So this is definitely a love in my collection. Something that I also had the little deluxe size sample of, finished it off, and bought another one, is the Benefit Lolly Balm. I've actually finished off the mini and a full size, and this is the second full size one. This one was actually sent to me from a friend here. I'll put her channel name right here, from Danny here on YouTube. She has, you know, she does some project pans and stuff, but this is the Benefit Lolly Balm. This stuff is so nice. Not only does it smell delicious, but it's the perfect shade. It's perfect. The color is perfection. So let me give you a little swatch here. And again, with this one, you can kind of put like a sheer wash down, or you can build it up with a couple swipes. The scent is so good on this, but that is it there. It's more of like a pinky purple tone. It's incredibly hydrating on the lips, so I really enjoy these. I feel like they could lower the price a couple bucks and I would feel more comfortable buying more of them. I just go through them so fast and actually dig out the product from the inside. So there's a ton of product that's left on the inside of these after you can't apply them comfortably to the lips anymore. So anyway, this one is the definite recommendation from me. Another one, I just finished one of these off in one of my most recent empties videos, but this is my all-time favorite eye cream. It took me a very long time to find an eye cream that would hydrate my under eyes. I have incredibly dry skin and everything just looks super cakey up underneath underneath my eyes. So this one, it is incredibly pricey. I will give a little warning about that, but this is the Fresh Black Tea Age Delay Eye Concentrate. This stuff is so nice. It's very hydrating. If I put this on at nighttime, I don't feel like I have to put another eye cream on in the morning before I apply my makeup. I feel like it's that hydrating. It's incredibly concentrated. The name is exactly what it is. It's an eye concentrate. It's not just an eye gel or an eye cream. This stuff, I'll put it on at nighttime and then I'll use more of like a lighter eye cream during the day, and I feel like that my under eyes are handled. I don't feel like I have that crepey, super exaggerated lines underneath my eyes anymore. So this one, if you're having that issue, maybe get a sample of it next time you're at Sephora. By the way, I only purchased this during the VIB sales. I try to wait until I can get that 20% off of it because it's upwards somewhere between $72, $75, or $78. I can't remember which one it is, but it's over 70 bucks for that little jar. You do get 0.5 ounces of product though, so that is a plus. This next one, this is a new favorite for me. I got this in a Sephora Play box earlier this year. This is the Too Faced Injection Glossy. This feels like you just poured sriracha all over your lips. And yes, I do have some of the ones that I finished off. You'll see I do have some of the samples and products that I've finished, but I do a yearly empties video, so in case you're wondering why I have some of these items, that's why. So I pulled this out of my yearly empties bag, and I'm just showing you the item here. This was in the shade Milkshake, and it was like it was almost like an orangey yellow sort of nude. It really wasn't my color, but I really enjoyed what it did for my lips. So I felt like it did offer a subtle plumping that was noticeable to me just from the naked eye. I didn't even take a photo before and like a photo 5 minutes after or anything. I just noticed that the lines on my lips looked less noticeable, so I finished this guy off incredibly fast, and then I went out and actually bought another one but in a different shade. I purchased the shade Like a Boss, and I'm already down to like here. In this one, it was sitting on its side, but this stuff is really nice. If you can get past that intense initial burning sensation, it's quite intense the first 2 or 3 times that you apply it. Once you get past that, it feels less and less each time that you apply it to your lips. So if I put this on my lips now, it would just feel like a light buzz on my lips. I don't feel that intense burning sensation anymore, but I really recommend these if you are in the market for a lip plumper and you don't mind having your lips feel like they're gonna burn off. It's, you know, that it does kind of work. I do have another foundation here, and I just want to preface this with that it's incredibly difficult for me to find a foundation that just lays right on my skin because my skin is just so dry. Nothing ever really looks like it's one with my skin, but this one comes close. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This one, I do believe it does have an SPF in this as well. Broad spectrum SPF 15 sunscreen is in this. I have one of the lightest shades available. This one is in Fair Neutral, and they even put an expiration date at the bottom for you. I think it's more so for the SPF, but that's always nice to keep, you know, make sure that you're rotating through your foundations and not just letting them collect. But I really enjoy this one. I think out of the two, I like the way that this one wears on my skin just a little bit better than this one, but I did have a little card sample foundation that was sent out like as a freebie from a Sephora order, and then I went in stores and got my correct shade match of this. I got a couple samples of those, finished them off, and then finally bit the bullet and just purchased it. So I'm very happy with this purchase. I would probably repurchase this one again after I finish off a couple more of my foundations. This next item, I don't have one currently in rotation or in my collection currently because I have used them all up and I'm trying to use up more of my mascaras before I go out and repurchase another one of these. This is my all-time favorite mascara. I've used up probably 3 or 4, I think 4 containers of the full size and 2 or 3 of the little like mini deluxe sizes, but this one is from Laura Mercier. I always mess up the name of this because the name's like 10 million miles long. This one is the Laura Mercier Full Blown Volume Supreme Lash Building mascara, and I get the shade Supreme Black. This is my all-time favorite mascara. Next time Nordstrom does their sale where they have the buy two get one free mascaras, I'm gonna pick up 3 of these. But anyway, this wand is incredibly dried out. It doesn't really do it justice looking at it, but it's a very soft wand. The formula is very buildable, so I can put a coat down on my lashes, let it dry, kind of put another coat down, and I can just push on my lashes like that, and it will hold my lashes straight up. I don't actually have to curl my lashes beforehand, and I have found that if I do curl my lashes, they don't lay as nice as if I just put the mascara on and just push up on my lashes and they just stick straight up. It's a really nice moldable formula, and it's extremely buildable. I love the formula of this Laura Mercier mascara, but they stopped selling it at Sephora, which makes me incredibly frustrated. I don't know why. Maybe I was the only one keeping it in stock at their stores. I'm not sure. I purchased a ton of those mascaras though. Then I had a sample of this little guy here. This is the Buxom Full On Lipstick in the shade Sydney. I've actually finished off 2 of these full sizes, I think 1 or 2 of the minis, and then I had another little mini in Brooklyn, so I really liked these. And then I think they've changed the name of the lipstick, so this one that I had here was the Full On Lipstick, and these are called the Big and Healthy lipsticks. They're in the identical packaging. They changed the font on the front just a little bit, but it's the same thing at the store. So I just finished this one off in a Project 20 pan earlier this year, and it was just this really nice kind of darker nude shade. If you can see it in there, that's the shade of it there. It was really pretty, but I don't have this one anymore. I'm waiting to finish off these 2 or some of my other nudes before I go and purchase Sydney again, but I highly recommend Sydney. The 2 that I have now, I have London, which is more of like a peachy nude sort of color. That is it there. I can give you a little swatch of this guy. So that is London right there, and they do have a minty taste and feeling on the lips. So that was London. And then, oh, I almost forgot, on the bottom, if you pull on the little colored portion, you can pop out a little sharpener. It's like the e.l.f. ones that look similar to this. You can always keep the tip sharp so you don't need a lip liner. So anyway, I don't use the sharpeners very often. I don't find a use for them that much, but they are there in case you do like to keep your lip product sharp. And then the other one is in Vienna. This is actually what I have on under my lip gloss. I have this lip gloss here from Grande Lips on top of it. It's more of like a mauve tone. Let me put it off to the side. And this one actually does plump up the lips a little bit. It just makes them feel a little bit fuller. So combining these 2 products together is what I have on my lips right now, and I think it looks really nice. My lips feel a little bit fuller than they normally do. So this is Vienna. I think it's a very, you know, it's a neutral pink, I would say. I think it's more of a cool toned neutral, leaning more so on the cool tone side, but that is Vienna, and then that is the gloss that I have over the top. I don't have the name with me. I'll put it on the screen, the name of this Grande Lips gloss that I have on top of it, but I have a combination of these 2 on my lips right now, and I did have a get ready with me in case you're curious about what's on my face right now, eyeshadow, lips, cheeks, anything like that. It's all gonna be in a get ready with me video. So anyway, I definitely like these. I do suggest these, but my all-time favorite is the shade Sydney because I went through so many of those. Another item that I did go out and purchase the full size because of the sample was this little sample of this MAC pigment here. This is in Rose or Rosé. I can't quite remember what way it's pronounced, but this is really pretty. I just don't wear it very often because I don't wear a ton of these kinds of tones, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And if you have a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, it just intensifies them like tenfold. Let me see if I can get a little out here. So that right there is Rose or Rosé. So it's definitely like a duochrome. It has that shift. It's like gold to a peach to a pink and purple almost. It's really beautiful. So there's that one. And because I had a sample of this, I picked up one of these little mini pigments that they had for sale. I think I got this one for $5 when they were having a sale, but this is the pigment from MAC in Tan. I definitely am guilty of not wearing this one as often as I should, but that is the MAC pigment in Tan. So rose or rosé at the top and tan at the bottom. It has a really nice shift. Like I said, if you get these wet with either water, some kind of setting spray, Fix Plus, anything, it definitely intensifies them a little bit. So it goes from like a champagne pink sort of tone to like a bronze. This one does have a sort of shift to it as well, but it's not a duochrome shift like rose or rosé. So there were those. Next up is a product that is not a makeup product, but that's okay because I've repurchased this over and over again, and I've went through plethora of the minis of this as well, but this is the Clarins dry shampoo. And now you can see I do have black hair. I dye my hair black. This does leave just the slightest bit of a white cast in my hair, but it's easily able to be worked into the roots, and if you have a little bit left in the hair, you can just brush through it. I don't have a problem with this one showing up, you know, as a really heavy, noticeable gray or white cast. Nothing is worse than that, trust me. So especially when you have black hair. I think if you have blonde hair, it's not really an issue for you, but this one, I've never tried the one that has a tint. I've heard that one's not as good as this one, but regardless, I like the scent of this. It has a really nice fresh scent to it, but I've went through cans and cans and cans of this stuff, so this one is definitely high up on my recommendations for dry shampoos. And finally, I kind of have an honorable mention because here's the thing. I did have this little sample of the Clarins Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil. This one was in number 1, Honey. And I loved it to death. It was incredibly moisturizing, very light on the lips, not sticky at all. It was great. And then I was gonna go purchase one, and then I saw on the Octoly website that they had some available. So I picked this one up. This is the one in number 2, Raspberry. These smell so delicious. They're incredible. They're so moisturizing on the lips. The little wand, well, I shouldn't say little because this is not a little wand. This is incredibly large. Sometimes I even have trouble getting it in and out of the container here because the wand is so large, but it's so plush and cushy, and it just hugs your lips in just the right way. It feels incredibly moisturizing. It's nice. It's a very nice product, and after I use up this one, I have raspberry, and I also have the mint one. After I use those both up, I would definitely purchase some of the other flavors or scents that they have out. They do have one out that I saw that has shimmer in it. There's one called Candy that'll adjust a little bit with the pH level of your lips. So, I don't know. I think that they've just released a new collection, and I'm really happy with this one. This one's definitely my favorite out of all of them that I've tried so far, just because the scent, the raspberry scent on this one almost smells like a piece of candy. These are really good. I highly recommend these. And like I said, I was going to go purchase them, but since I saw them on the Octoly website, I was like, yes, I need to have this one, I need to have this one. So I made 2 separate orders through the Octoly website to get those because I love them so much. So anyways, those were all the products that I have for you right now from the samples that made me purchase the full sizes. If you guys would be interested in maybe a part 2, let me know, but that was it. So I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!